Everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live. I'm here with Chandra with Aaron and Franklin Engineering. And last week we talked about Snowmageddon and roof values as far as our houses are built here for wind and upload, or I say upload, up
Yeah,
will, but
uplift. Yeah,
not weight down. But you and I were talking, and I want to talk about what to look for now because a lot of these houses, especially on the beach, the water was shut off. Maybe there was a low spot in a pipe that it didn't drain. We had ice down here. We've got roofs. We've got windows that water can get in, walls that froze that can expand. What should people be looking for when they get to their house now, you think, as far as something maybe what the storm did?
yeah, that's a good question. A snowstorm is a little bit different than what we're used to, because we're normally used to looking for shingles uplifted
Hmm.
and broken windows and siding off, things like that. But there you still want to look at your roof. It can still have damage. You can get water because it's the snow and the ice, everything's sitting on the roof. It's not just
Hmm.
coming off the roof, and it can freeze and expand. You could still have lifted and rolled shingles. You could have
What about the gravel? Does
yeah, the
sweeten
gravel.
that, or is it because it's cold, it's not hot? Are
Yeah,
are we usually okay? Is it not like a hailstorm?
it's not exactly like a hailstorm because it's not that pounding,
Okay.
into the shingle, so it shouldn't damage it as far as pitting it like
Uh
that.
huh.
But you still could have some degranulation of your shingles if you have a lot of melting and it just kind of pulls that down. But
If a chunk of
um,
ice broke loose, it could actually pull
yes,
some of that gravel.
right. And some of the other things, like you could have some sagging areas if you had a heavy concentration, or maybe the structure can't really support that. So you would want to make sure that you don't have any areas that were sagging, that any cracks in any visible framing or anything like that. So, damaged gutters, moisture maybe that got in from that heavy snow buildup, because of poor drainage off of your roof. But there's definitely some of those things that need to be looked at. Um,
And then there's
the other thing
pipes.
is you probably won't have any damage to like your windows and doors, things like that, because we really didn't have anything that would have maybe broken the seals or anything
Hmm.
like that. So that part is still probably okay. But think about the kind of snow that we have. I mean, the moisture in our area is very heavily salted, even though it's snow. It's going to be salted snow basically because it's pulling from the moisture that's in the
Hmm.
air, and we have a very heavy salt concentration. So now you're going to be getting frozen ice, snow, water on your bolts and everything, direct contact. So instead of it just spraying on and coming off, it's going to be like frozen on there.
Yeah.
So as it melts, you're still going to have that salt corrosion that we get with just general sea fog
Yeah.
and everyday conditions with humidity. So
Okay. What about pipes? A lot of the new houses now are using that PEX, and that
yes,
seems to do a whole lot better than PVC or the old copper. What
yeah,
should
it's a lot
people?
more forgiving.
Yeah. What should people do to make sure they don't have one of those seepers? Because and the girl that works up front, Michelle said, I said, how did you do on your pipes? She said, I think I did okay, but I noticed an icicle at one of my joints under the house, right by the shower. And so I've got a friend going over to pull that down to make sure that
Right.
something, because when stuff falls, it may release something that you don't
Right.
know about, and all of a sudden you've turned the water on and everything looks fine, but it when
Over
it
time,
broke
it
it
may
was
have
frozen
actually
and it
had some
didn't have
damage.
pressure on it, and now it's different. So
It's really challenging because a lot of people don't live there full time. And so we
right,
go get a storm like this and it's not really winterized per
right.
se, or something like this. and you can actually get pipes that bust or seals and connections. Especially, it's really the connections more so than the pipe itself, usually, because those connections are the weak point, and that's where you can end up with leaks or damaged connections. But it can damage your subfloor, it can damage your soffit if it's in the bottom part of the elevated structure. And even if we go in and we fix those things, say we identify it, just like your admin, you identify it, you go in, you pop that soffit, you fix it. Well, now you've got a windstorm item. Because in order to put stuff back, you've got to put it back in compliance with the windstorm criteria. So you got to be thinking about
that.
Yeah, if you fix a roof, if you change out a window or door, if you fix any kind of subfloor damage or soffit, pop a soffit to put that, all that's got to be looked at, because there's very small limitations that they have that are kind of excluded, just very small. But you get over a certain size, and you've got to deal with that. So
get hold of your engineering. Get hold of Aaron and Franklin and say, hey, I'm pulling the belly of my house down because I had some broken pipes.
Exactly.
I need y'all to come look at it.
If you pull down like one panel, it's probably fine. But if you start pulling down in multiple places, or you pull the whole thing down, you're going to end up with needing to look at that and getting that reattached or recertified to maintain your insurance. So.
Okay.
And they're going to know about it because you're going to file a claim to fix that pipe, right?
Yes,
right. So they're going to catch you on both sides. They're going to catch you on that side, and they're going to catch you on the windstorm side. So you got to just be conscious that both are important.
Right. If people want to get hold of you, because next week we're going to start touching on the Strong Home Inspection Program and how it can help you when there is a natural disaster or something happens. But we've gone through this freeze now, and people may have questions. If they need to get hold of y'all, what's the best way to get hold of Aaron and Franklin?
Yeah, I mean, really, the best way is always through our website or through email. There's a link on our website that sends a message, a request, and also there's we have an info@aaronfranklin.com. That's our kind of our main mailbox, and our receptionist will route that to where it needs to go. But that's the easiest way, because I mean, our phones ring
nonstop.
Our phones ring like crazy. Yes. Yeah. And we take hundreds of calls a day, and it's sometimes it's hard to get the right person on the phone. Right. So that email really helps us, and then we can call you back and get back in touch with you.
Great. Well, we do this show every week, talking either insurance. Hopefully we're off that for a while. But
they've got some legislation that they're proposing, so we're kind of monitoring that. But I'll keep you up to date to that. If we have something exciting happen, I'll let you know.
But the next couple weeks, we're going to talk about the Strong Home Inspection Program, and this is a program where they come out once a year. And when I was talking to Chandra and Dave about it, it can really help you, like, instance, when we have a winter storm or we have a hurricane like Beryl or Ike, it can help you with your insurance to prove what condition the house was in. So make sure you check that out. Probably a couple, 2 or 3 weeks that we're going to talk about the program and how much, and dive into what they actually do and what you get out of it. So Chandra, thanks for joining us today. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye.